be honest, seeing somebody else enjoy the damn thing really helps me get me over the entire fact.
Hmm.
And I've been trying to train myself. There's been a lot of kindred that have been able to train themselves to get over the Pacifics, and I hear this is kind of what they do. They get people to kind of eat stuff and they get them to like reignite that old hunger.
Hmm.
You know where I'm going with here, and that kind of reignites that old part of their souls, and then it kind of helps them like re-put those like certain body parts of themselves that are currently dead into action, pure sheer force of will, and like wanting to taste things again.
Yeah, yeah, I can sort of at least try to understand that. I know that there's a lot of wraiths down in the underworld that literally kill just to taste a hamburger. I've seen Memory Smith goes ahead and offer huge sums of just delicacies and desserts if they will go ahead and siege other kingdoms.
I mean, it's a little bit. I was around Hamburg when the hamburger got invented. Um, it's changed a lot in the intervening years. Let me tell you, and
Hmm.
just missing out on that. I mean, I can't explain what. Okay, don't be too uncomfortable. I can't explain what blood does to us. It's got its own like special hold, but those tastes, those flavors, those spices. Ah, I really miss those. It doesn't go away. It's been a really goddamn long time, and I still know what some of these taste like, and I'm still wanting them.
Well, you seem to have a lot on your mind. Just go ahead and keep talking.
I've got a lot on my mind. Did I tell you what the freaking bastard did to me? I already told you that they like put me in charge, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're king of the vampires.
Yeah, yeah, king of the vampires, and they've done. But there's all this other shit that's going on, and sheesh. And then seriously, you have had freaking Marcus actually come and tell me there's a fucking afterlife. Like
But
seriously.
of course, there's an afterlife. I work in the afterlife all the time. Here's the thing.
No, no, no.
Sorry,
You told me you work in death. You didn't tell me there's actually an afterlife, and you didn't tell me that I have no idea where I'm going to go.
okay, okay, okay. The good endings are not known to me. Okay, the good endings not known. I only know about the bad endings. The bad endings never fucking stop.
I, can I get to avoid the bad ending, or is it kind of automatic?
It's kind of automatic. It mostly depends on the type of person you were, the circumstances of your death, and how you sort of accepted your death. I mean, I got a few wraiths down here who don't even realize why they're down there. Just some random assholes went ahead and blindfolded them, stabbed them a few times, yelled something about God wanting them dead. It's just really awkward when I have to explain, no, God's not here anymore, but I am. Thing
Okay,
about
we're
it
gonna.
is, the thing about it is that most dead people don't get to experience life. You probably understand a lot about this, but they can't taste food, like they can't really enjoy the sunlight or heat and warmth of the sun, much like And the thing is, they fight quite brutally just to have those experiences again. They can. It's possible. They just have to brutalize each other to get to the lore master or the soul force to go ahead and cannibalize their memories or even their bodies, their very, very corpus, their spirit matter. It's fucking brutal.
Okay, yeah, that does sound kind of nasty, actually.
Hmm.
Okay, well. if the worst happens, well, we'll see what happens.
If the worst happens, I have a special place for you.
I appreciate. I mean, I honestly don't know what to do. I mean, I kind of got what do you guys call it? You remember when we went to each other with like that werewolf, the eyes that were stars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of got your like celestial name and his celestial name, and I can just kind of keep it in the side of my mind. Do you just want me to like forget that ever happened, or what do you want me to do? Because it's kind of complicated because that has connotations for you guys. I can literally remove it from my memory. Like
Here's the
literally with
thing.
a scalpel, make sure I don't know it.
That's very, very endearing, but actually it's a better bet that you probably keep one of my celestial names close to your heart. Don't fucking tell anybody about it. Hell no, don't tell anybody about it. But, should the worst happen to me, and I get sent back to the pit, it'd be a fantastic idea to have some tether back to the real world. Oh,
Excellent.
do you know that something from the fucking pit decided to, crop up?
The fuck? I thought the last time we had something like crop up, we gave it a good kicking and we sent it back. I mean, I'm kind of proud when I can tell my enemies, yeah, the last person who fucked with me, I literally sent to hell.
That was the Earthbound. The Earthbound is like a long, long roaming particular evil creature on this earth. No, I'm talking about something that's new. Something that just sort of showed up and is causing a little bit of havoc. It's already messed with some of the spell weavers. It's apparently messed with the shape changers. And for one reason or god awful another, it's went ahead and fucked with Lily.
Okay, what the hell are these things? They haven't fucked with my guys yet. I haven't received any strange reports.
Okay, imagine this. It's like a half wolf, a man beast, sort of like the shape changers, except for its face is a skull and it has two bright blue sparkly eyes.
Kind of like you when you went into Big Joss mode.
Kind of like me when I went into Big Josh mode. But here's the thing: you'll know it when you see it. You'll probably hear
No,
it
no,
before you
no
see it.
big ropes. No big ropes.
No big robes,
Okay.
no broken
But
wings,
those.
none of that.
Okay. Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You'll hear it in your head before you see it because it whispers absolute fucking nonsense to you, chaotic nonsense, stuff that will drive you insane. And I'm not even kidding here.
Right. The fuck is it then? I mean, I'm one of the few of my kind that have been able to walk multiple planes. And to be perfectly honest, every time I trip over a stone, I'm wondering if something new is down there.
It probably is. You know where I come from, the Abyss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the Abyss is connected to a lot of nothing. There's creation here,
Mm-hmm.
and all the different realms of reality live in here. Even the realm that I created is down here in the lower parts, the underworld. But this fucking thing, it lives outside of creation. It lives in the places that we were banished to, and has apparently found its way inside.
You know, we actually, amongst my kind, one of how best to put it, one of the founders, I believe, specialized in that stuff.
Really?
Well, you remember that big kind of shadowy elemental in my place that kind of sketchy shit this.
Oh,
Where do you think that came? Yeah, where do you think that came from?
I've been trying to forget that. Your kind deal with it?
Not quite. One Pacific group way the fuck over that direction whom we are really not fans of and typically kill on sight. Deal with that lot.
Fine,
And
fine, fine,
typically
fine,
it's a
fine.
kill on sight.
Fine, 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 fine. But that guy that created the tentacles, he's not still around, is he?
Last I checked, not. Do you want me to roll the dice for that?
No, we'll just go ahead and play it by ear.
Okay, well, we'll play by ear. Yeah, Lost. I checked. He's long gone.
Oh, fantastic. That was
Uh,
scary. I never want to meet that individual again. In fact, if I meet that individual again, I will probably just ash him because I don't want to deal with that.
well, it's a. Do you know? Okay, I know you've explained to me a little bit of how you work. You work via paths. The further that you walk down the path, the more that you can draw from it, the more power, the more creative that you can get with it. More or less right?
Uh, interesting theory. It's not a path. It's more of a knowledge base, right? It's a kind of information that you know. You know that this world is what it is. You've built it before. You know exactly how that table works. If you have enough knowledge about how tables work, you can make that a better table. It's all about the kind of information and knowledge that you are able to get back. I mean, the only reason I'm able to take you back and forth between my realms is simply because I remembered how the fucking realms worked.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me also explain, like, in a similar way. Well, I do my fancy things myself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, you see through of it, but you also see how everyone else does not see through this stuff. And it's a little bit similar to like how you do your things is how I do my things, but it's also how they do their things. So there are literally a group of people that understand how this big great abyss thing works.
Great.
No. Don't go down the grape route. Oh my god. I know we were like going to like watch that fucking movie tonight. I know we got distracted. I know we brought the gin and tonics out, but get down also on the other side that you can use this to your advantage. I mean, how many of your guys are going to have the opportunity to potentially I could potentially get you in touch with the people that like know the specifics. And if you guys know how things work, it can kind of help you like not get fucked over by it.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic and great. Here's the thing. There are a lot of very, very big people that are still within the abyss. I'm talking about like Dark Lords and Dread Lords and Infernal Masters. These are the kind of people that I ran away from as quickly as possible when I got the chance. I do not want to talk to those people again. Those people are fucked up.
No, I completely understand. In fact, we're especially like my little section of like how things work. We're kind of on the big of the hunt them down, like make sure they don't fuck things up. It's kind of a religious front.
Mm-hmm.
It's also kind of the same on well, you know the guys that are trying to kill us. They're also kind of big. In fact, those like middle ground guys are kind of no one likes them.
Fair enough.
I wonder why.
I don't know. All I know is that
also, I mean, I've been
back to the point. Back to the point of the conversation. I'm fixing it like I always do, like I've been want to do. I'm keeping the building from exploding. I've got my own little portal passage back to where the hell this thing came from, and as soon as I'm able to, I'm just gonna push it in and let it be gone.
Well, let me know if you need a hand with that. But I mean, I've got a few things that I could do with that hand with on your end. I've got a meeting coming up with one of the Sabat guys.
Oh, for Christ's sakes, why do you keep talking to those people?
I don't keep talking to those people. It's trying to sort out a middle ground so we don't turn the entirety of New York into slaughter fields.
Fair enough.
I mean, do you really want more ghosts on your side? Do you really? Because those guys are fucked up, and that's where you get your ghosts from.
Here is the thing. There is a constant stream of slave vessels raiding that island and bringing it past the goddamn pit in New Jersey where they all get corrupted and they just deposited the slaves underneath Brooklyn and the Bronx and Manhattan and Queens, and they just let me handle it.
I if I could wipe them out and get rid of the fuckers, I would, but I'm not willing to, like, fuck you guys over, because if you guys went up against them, you're going to get fucked over a lot harsher than we are. And we know what happens to you guys when you get messed over.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm doing my job. I'm cleaning up afterwards. It's just what I do. I've learned.
What's Robbie's character's name?
Robbie's character goes by several names. One of them is Jax. Another one happens to be Arthur Thane.
Okay, I know both those names in character.
Yep.
In fact, I'm going to actually ask Josh if have you run across the names? I've mentioned one of them to you, which was Jax. I gave you his whereabouts when I wanted you to murder him, and I was kind of peeved off to you when you guys didn't. And Arthur Sane, I've got a meeting with him set up.
I've met with Arthur Thane before. He seems a rather flamboyant gentleman who jumps off ferries. Here's the thing.
He told me about your meeting with him. You told him that he gave you weapons to stab you up.
That was disturbing.
He got weapons to stab you up, and it wasn't my guys. You asked me about this.
Exactly. Yeah, I've met the man before, once or twice.
My point is I've got a nice little thing. It's going to be in a fairly public domain, so I'm kind of happy. I need some people to watch my back, because these are sneaky motherfuckers.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What type of surveillance do you need, or what type of support do you need? Do you need ghosts and Wraiths to block their abilities? Because I can do that. If you need me to be actually physically there, that'll greatly depend on my schedule at the moment.
Don't worry about your physical self. I'm going to have my sheriff there to watch my back. I need some ghosts there, because they might have their own.
I can do that. I got a few people I can trust, or at least a few people that will follow me. In fact, I've got a whole fucking army that I can call upon if I really need it. Although I kind of have to wheel and deal with the bookkeeper for that one.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, it's going to be me and him arguing about philosophy. It's probably going to be boring.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, they're sneaky fucking bastards. I like to have the bases covered. If we can organize a little thing of they stay the fuck over there, I don't even know what I'm going to do with this, actually. I mean, well, you guys represent a bit more of New York than our guys. I mean, murder, death, kill, or find a middle ground is actually a very tricky decision. And I've got to, come back to my guys and have to be like, oh, we're going to do this, and oh, we're going to do that. I can't tell my guys that I don't know.
Nobody wants to be in that position where they have to take the lead on a project, and yet they do not know what the best outcome could possibly even be.
I mean, if it wasn't for these guys arriving, I would have gone independent.
Yeah.
But no, these guys arrived, and I had to go and take the goddamn mantle to, well, I mean, seriously. The people they're not bad people. They just need a little bit of direction. And I had to
push. Don't worry. I've been there before. I've actually, this is like old ancient memories, but there were certain times where I was the one that was having to lead the charge to repel the host. And those were not fantastic times. Those were in the times when we were starting to lose people. Lots of people. Lots of important people.
Hey, you're going to be happy with this. Because I know I'm going to get an argument with this fucking dude. I built an entire philosophy around rabbits. It's an awesome philosophy.
You throw it.
Oh,
Just
awesome
the highlights.
philosophy.
Just the highlights.
Oh, just the highlights. Oh, you think predators are strong? You think being a predator is strength? I'm sorry, that's not true. Take the noble rabbit, for instance. The rabbit, which is this humble herbivore, which has somehow succeeded in every corner of the planet that it has been ever introduced to, and somehow is one of the most destructive forces of nature, and nearly every single predator of its environment relies on them. Which one is the strong person in this situation? The rabbit, which everyone relies on, or the predator, which relies on the rabbit to live?
I don't know. Ever read or watched Watership Down?
Oh my god, that was one of the most darkest cartoons I've ever seen.
I liked it. I appreciate it for its message. Here's the thing. Oh my god, there is not a lot of ways that you can actually deal with the passing of somebody in any sort of manner. It's just devastating. And if that movie or if that book helps one little kid out to at least understand what he's going through and live on with the rest of his life, so be it.
Well, I'll give a little bit of credit to you. Just on the side of which rabbits really are one of the strongest species known to mankind. They thrive in virtually any environment, down to Arctic to desert. And to be perfectly honest, the only thing that keeps them alive from absolutely dominating and destroying the environment is fucking you.
Exactly. Why do you think I work overtime? Why do you think I'm so fucking goddamn busy? Okay, get this. Little secret, there is a Ghost Midnight Express. It is currently traveling in the subway tunnels of Manhattan, Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx at this very moment.
Right.
I love that fucking train. That fucking train is so useful. All I have to do is tell Ghost, go here, get on the fucking train, leave me alone. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sometimes they go away. Sometimes they actually leave. Sometimes they actually don't have to suffer.
Actually, okay, I'm sorry to bring up business again, since, this was like beer and pretzels night.
Yeah.
Would you like some more pretzels, by the way? We got some cheddar ones and also some mustard ones left.
I'm good. I've got the mug here.
Okay. We've got a little issue that's been cropping up. Some son of a bitch has been, and I mean, it's been perfectly honest that it's one of our guys.
Yeah.
Since there's people that have been exempt. Did you watch it in like extraterrestrials? Do you read extra specials weekly?
Extra specials weekly.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Wait.
Hold on. That's a tabloid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. You saw the one of the exsanguinated corpse found? It was just
that was one of yours. I was going to try to ignore it.
Part. We think it's one of ours because we're investigating with it, but unlike most of the time when this shit happens, we really don't have an evidence trail.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Interesting.
mean the guy covered his tracks pretty damn well. We're actually having trouble with this one.
Okay. 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 Got it. Okay. Silas, here you go. This is what I usually did back way back when I was still in, missing persons and I just woke up. Or I should say
Okay.
just fell. Or I should say
Well,
came back here.
given credit that I worked missing persons 200 years before you worked missing persons.
Yeah. Right. Like I said, the abilities. I could look into a person's eyes and see how they died, or at least see how far back they did die. I can give you some information with that. And that's probably the best I can do. Here is the thing. Not everybody leaves a ghost.
No,
So
I mean,
there you go.
but the eyes one could be. Um, what is your official work record at the moment? Are you still on official leave?
I'm still. Here's the thing. I left the force a little bit while ago. I've got some other work. I'm officially unemployed. There's nothing bad in my record. I could come back to the force at any one point, but I just don't feel like it's something I should do. I've got too much work
Well,
elsewhere.
I mean, when you spend most of your actual time running the club, I understand. I was just wondering if you could still be able to do both simultaneously and like keep the badge.
For Christ's sakes. That would be a hard sell, because I'm already splitting my time between Lily, the court, the Deadlands, the club. There's too many things that are pulling me apart in different directions. I would have to
Well, how
leave
do you?
one thing.
No, how do you want to work?
How do I want to work?
No. I mean, yeah, seriously, how do you want to work? Do you want to have access to be able to look into the city morgues?
Yes.
Because I can do that for you. I can talk to the right people. You get provided with a special interest pass as a individual private investigative party.
You're saying
You
that
get
I wouldn't even need to phase through reality to get at corpses? That's
yeah,
fantastic.
and you need to perform a small exam.
Oh,
But it's a pretty short exam, and you need to be how's it put? You need to be supported by a upstanding member of the community, such as myself, apparently. Yeah, anyone who
yes.
owns a business, anyone who has professional training, like a professional pilot, a coast guard, or a marine, a club owner, anyone with an alcohol license, anyone with a gun license,
Hmm.
yeah, they can provide this type of license for you. And it just gets provided for to the police that you get a 30-minute conversation, and then you're allowed to pop in, fill in the registration form, and you get a look at the recently departed for a undeclared crime scene, or essentially something that does not have a full-fledged investigation attached to it.
Interesting.
It's a little bit complicated and convoluted, which they always do for independent investigation, but due to the fact that we're in a fucking America, yeah, there are ways to get around all of these.
I'm definitely gonna have to see if I can't do that. It would make a lot of my work a lot easier, because
Yeah.
dear fucking god, if I had access to a corpse without having to walk through the Shadowlands.
I meet the minimum requirements. I've owned this club for a year. I'm an undeclared, upstanding member of the community purely for the sake that I hold an alcohol license and no one's killed anybody on my premises.
Sure about that?
I've never been caught.
There you go. That's the key word.
By the way, local laws and that one, It's literally if you've had any kind of training and you work in a professional position, such as owning a large business, you can act as a supportee for getting people this type of license. It's literally a referencee.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
We'll need you to apply for you're literally going to be getting yourself a private eye license.
Oh, for Christ's sakes. This is the kind of moment where I start to realize that I should be starting to build up that alternative identity as quickly as possible.
What do you need?
You need
Because
kind of papers. You need good papers. You need licenses, deeds, that other kind of stuff. You need a paper trail that is good under inspection for about an hour.
how many years do you want?
Actually, give me 5, because that's when things get interesting for me.
Yeah? Oh, perfect. Yes, I can do that for you.
Yay.
We have certain specialities with my people. This one kind of falls underneath all of them.
Oh, of course, of course.
Did I
Right.
ever tell you that I helped design the internet?
Really? You designed ArtNet?
No. I was just one of the people. Many people were involved.
Oh, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, yeah. Thing I've been meaning to come bring up at least. Remember when we went to that starry-eyed wolf thing in the sky after we went through the Deadlands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that was a trip and then some.
Oh, I love that trip. I'm gonna go ahead and try to make that trip again as soon as possible. Maybe bring somebody else along. But here's the catch. Remember what I needed to do in order to get back the Golden Child?
Yeah.
Done.
Really?
I couldn't believe it myself. You know Miss Cole, right? You know how heartless she can be, right?
Yeah.
I just went ahead, saw her, fell to my knees, begged for utter forgiveness. I can't believe she fell for it. It was fantastic.
I'm gonna say two things right. Well, one thing right now.
Mhm.
Because I know the type of entity that you're dealing with, since I had to go through a fucking star-eyed wolf and was still not allowed through, will you sincere?
I was completely and utterly sincere. I realized what the cost was versus my own
Okay, no,
dignity
seriously,
and
like
humanity.
I wasn't part of this from the beginning, so what was I mean, seriously, like tell me the why and the cost and the end. And
Okay. I
I know
spurned
you all because we
Veronica.
okay.
I
That was a
spurned
bad
Veronica.
idea.
Yes, that was a very, very bad idea. For that, I suffered the loss of the golden child. Now,
Okay.
whether or not in my own moral compass I think it was right or not, I fell to my knees, I prostrated myself before her, and I realized that she was the only one that could offer me forgiveness. And I laid my pride beside me, threw it away, because I knew for a fact that pride is the reason that we fell.
Hmm.
I've learned my lesson more than once.
Ouch. Well, I'm really hoping that that works out for you. I live quite a lot of my time in that place, and it's despite all the people there, you can really feel the difference when Goldie isn't there.
Yeah, it's just
It's literally
Because
like the sky is not as bright.
candy,
The stars are dim.
candy isn't sweet when you know that she's not around. When you know that you're not taking care of her. When she's not there looking over everybody. When you don't know that she is there, that she is safe, like she is secure. And it's more than just knowing that the storyteller is going to go ahead and keep her safe. It's you seeing her with her own eyes, you experiencing her own presence. That's just when you realize that
Um,
the things you are doing mean something.
okay. Now with that, we're getting outside this conversation. Can you start a new hangout for the serious side? Because I need a couple of minutes, and after that hangout, we'll call it a night. Sounds good.
All right, fair enough. We bring to a close the beer and pretzel night of Josh Rain and Mr. Silas. Have a good one.
Proceeding from the babbling night to the actual on-topic night.
Yay!